Lullabye people, it's Lilikoi juice. Since I've been watching a butt ton of Crunchyroll anime lately, I thought I'd talk about something related to that. It's been like 99% of my internet activities when I have time. Crunchyroll though is one of the best anime sites out there, so I think everybody should get one. I think everybody at first probably started out with like a 48-hour pass. That's how I started out. My friend gave me a 48-hour pass, and at first I was thinking, oh, I'll just use it for 48 hours. I don't need a membership. I don't need to pay anything. I want free. I like free. And right after 48 hours, I was like, shut up and take my money. I couldn't resist though, because there's so many things I wanted to watch. I know anime is not everyone's cup of tea though, depending on what it is. Sometimes I don't like to watch certain shows, but in general I've been watching anime all my life, so it's pretty normal for me. I used to hide it though when I was younger. It was weird back when I was growing up. My classmates and definitely my friends, none of them really knew what anime was. Surprising, right? And I'm pretty sure they're just thinking, oh, it's Japanese cartoons. And it wasn't something they were accustomed to, so it was kind of weird for me to talk to them about it. They only knew things like Dragon Ball Z, and that was really popular at the time, but Dragon Ball Z isn't all there is to anime. I was watching so many other things when Dragon Ball Z was out. So, anime encompasses so much more. So when I was growing up, Japanese anime was not as popular as it is now. I'm still surprised to see how international anime got. Like, Attack on Titan is my recent surprise. Attack on Titan is so popular in so many places, and I honestly didn't know until I started watching Crunchyroll. It's really amazing. Even if you don't know Attack on Titan, you probably know what Pokemon is. It's been playing for over 10 years. I'd be very surprised if you didn't know what that was. So when Pokemon's English version started playing here, I was really excited initially. I thought I was going to get a bunch of friends to talk about Pokemon stuff with, and to my disappointment, turns out not a lot of people were interested in Pokemon at the time. So just goes to kind of like show you how not popular anime was. I had this little Pikachu notebook, and people would ask me like, what is that yellow thing? And I'm just kind of like, oh, it's a Japanese cartoon. And people are like, oh, okay. It's like, hello, it's Pikachu. So for those of you who don't watch anime, you should definitely at least give it a try. And I know it's hard when you don't really know much about anime. You're kind of maybe figuring out what you should watch or where you should start. You don't know these things, so I'm going to help you out and tell you what you should watch. And it took me a little while to think of what I should suggest. Actually, it didn't really take me a while at all. I already know what I was going to suggest. I am going to proudly suggest Attack on Titan, and I have reasons for that aside from the fact that Attack on Titan is so good. First of all, there are just so many people who watch Attack on Titan. There's a lot of forums you can go to, a lot of places you can watch it, and it's really easy to access. Netflix has Attack on Titan, Crunchyroll obviously, and I think Hulu has Attack on Titan, maybe YouTube, but it's probably not very legal. Anyhow, it's just really easy to access, so I thought that was really good from that aspect. It also won't be too weird to watch it since it's pretty well known, and you can ask people because someone somewhere might have already watched it, and you can engage in discussions, and it wouldn't be like me trying to explain to people what a Pikachu is. I also think Attack on Titan has one of the quickest grabs I've ever seen. Right away from the start, you're wondering what's going on, and it's in a good way too. You're not getting bored from the get-go like I got with a lot of other animes like Hunter x Hunter. Originally I thought Hunter x Hunter was going to be poop, but I was hugely mistaken. Luckily my brother showed me like a future episode, and I was a little bit interested, and turns out Hunter x Hunter is actually a really interesting show, so you should watch that after you're done with Attack on Titan. Anyhow, back to what I was saying. It's less likely for you to encounter the first episode and leave it at that, so hopefully you'll want to keep watching and see what happens. Another thing is that there isn't too much confusion when it comes to like the cultural connotations of the anime. There's certain animes out there, and you're going to wonder what the heck is going on because you don't really understand the cultural background. And yeah, anime can sometimes be weird, but I feel like there isn't too much of that in Attack on Titan. The cultural atmosphere is based like militaristic, animalistic relations rather than Japanese social relations. I mean, every anime has its own social cultural atmosphere and they explain it as you go, but Attack on Titan is definitely not something where you're going to have to really go out of your way to learn what is going on. You're not going to be clueless about some sort of social interaction that happened. Even popular animes like Bleach and Naruto sometimes have weird little things going on that leave you wondering, and it just, I don't know, to me it's like if I was bothered by something, it might bother me for the whole entire episode. So I just thought about that, and yeah. Next, Attack on Titan never gets boring. At least I don't think so. That might be kind of like a bold statement to make, but I never felt like I was bored or I wanted to get something out of the way. There aren't really any fillers, so I don't think you'll be needing to skip episodes. I am a notorious episode skipper, so yeah. The main character, at least everyone except Marco, I don't know what his name is in English. Anyhow, yeah, everybody's interesting, sometimes frustrating. The character development is not the best in the series. There are a lot of like side characters that you don't really care about. They're not really well explained, but it doesn't take away too much from the overall series itself. The story's good and you want to follow what happens even though you might not know about the characters as much as you want. So I thought that was a pretty good reason. So I really think Attack on Titan will be something that is worth watching now. Attack on Titan is really grotesque. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of death. So if you don't really like that, then you obviously are probably not going to like it. But I tend to be kind of not good with gruesome stuff, and I really like Attack on Titan. So I guess it's, you know, it all depends on the person. I also like Attack on Titan's theme song, at least the one that they had in the very first, the beginning theme song. That actually has nothing to do with why I picked Attack on Titan, just something that I thought I'd mention. Anyways, so I think that is why Attack on Titan should be a beginner guide, like a starting anime that people should watch if they're getting into anime, or if they want to kind of just like see what anime is about. Even within the anime genre itself, there's so many different types of animes out there, so I don't know what Attack on Titan would be. I think Attack on Titan is kind of like a grotesque human versus nature unknown type of anime. Does that make any sense? It might be very different from some of the other popular shows out there, but I think it's a pretty good start for someone. It might be different to switch over to something, like to switch over from Attack on Titan to Hunter x Hunter. It might be a little strange, but I don't know. Watch it and see for yourself. Tell me how it goes. So do you watch anime, and what is your opinion on Attack on Titan? Do you think it's a good series to start off with? Oh, and what's your favorite series too? Your favorite anime series? Mine, and I'm really disappointed in Crunchyroll for not having this, is Detective Conan. So do you watch anime, and what is your opinion on Attack on Titan? Do you think it's a good series to start off with? Oh, what's your favorite anime series, by the way? My favorite, and I'm really disappointed in Crunchyroll for not having it on there, is Detective Conan. I've been watching / reading it since it came out, and that's when the manga came out, so it's well over 13 years ago. Anyways, if anyone knows a legit site to watch the shows, please let me know. I found a few sites, but they were dubbed in Spanish, so I was like, yeah, well, that's definitely not going to happen. I have no idea what they're saying. Anyhow, thank you always for watching and listening to my rambling this time. So yeah, I will see you next time. Okay, bye.